Going to welcome back a very familiar face to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Taylor Pannell joining us right now. How are you, young lady? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. It's funny because I was telling, I think, my wife last night, and one of the things I always remember about yourself is I did a story with you when you were a freshman in high school, Taylor. I don't know if you remember that. And it seems like so long ago. And then I watch you obviously doing college softball, but the interviews and all those kinds of things. You're good at this stuff now. You're really good.
Thanks, I try. There's been a lot of practice recently.
Yeah, it's funny because I go back to the freshman story I did, and I'm like, oh, she's a freshman in high school, but she's done fantastic. Obviously, wearing red today, wearing red in general these days, I got to start there. Obviously, making the move from Tennessee to Texas Tech. How has that gone? What has it been like for you to change programs and head down to Texas Tech?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think Lubbock has exceeded my expectations. I think when you think of Lubbock, Texas, you don't really think of anything, so I didn't really have much to come into, but I think the environment and the fans here are great. The coaching staff's great, and I think the team's great. So we start Thursday, and I'm just really looking forward to it.
It is right around the corner. You look at it, what went into the decision? Because you look at Texas Tech, and they were inches away from a national championship. I know their head coach is one of the best in the entire game of college softball. Take me through the thought process and the decisions, because it's a difficult decision. What helped you make that decision to head to Texas Tech?
I think looking at their past, 2 years ago, you'd never heard of Texas Tech softball, Texas Tech athletics at all. And last year, they really made a name for themselves, and just the way they played, the way Coach Glasgow handled business. And I think at that moment in time, in my career, I think it was the best move for me with school and everything. I think just looking at the team they were building, I think it was the best decision for me, and it was a great opportunity I really couldn't pass up.
You look at that team, it was really good last year, Taylor, and the amount of talent that has come to Lubbock. What has that been like? Because you got the returning players that are really good, and then you look around and the class coming in with yourself was amazing as well. The softball takes care of itself. That's kind of easier when it comes to talent. What has the mesh been like? What is it meeting new teammates, getting to know people you probably knew of and maybe knew a little bit, but what has the chemistry, I guess, been like so far?
Yeah, I think that's the big question. Every interview I see talking about Tech, it's they have the talent, but the chemistry may not be there. But I think it's the complete the opposite. Our softball will take care of itself, but I think the chemistry is what stands out for me. We came in and it we blended seamlessly, and it's I've never met a group of people that have been so close so fast, and we've had no problems as a team, which is really rare for this many girls on one team. So I'm just really excited, and it's more about having fun with this team than the softball. The softball will come because we play for each other, and so I'm really excited to have that come into fruition.
You talk about the team aspect. Coach Glasgow is as good as it gets. Can you talk about your head coach and what that brings that dynamic? A coach that a lot of people, a lot of players would love to play for around the country.
Yeah, he's one of the best. I think he came from similar to where I live, and I think it's really cool that we can bond on Illinois. His daughter, Coach Tara's husband, lives in Moline, which is small world. They know where I'm from. Yeah, no, it's really crazy. And I think we can bond on that. And just the way he coaches is high risk, high reward. I've never seen a softball team steal home, let alone in the World Series. And I think that's a real big part of why I came here. I love the way they play. I love the way he coaches, and it's just fun. And it's you never know what he's going to do. He'll give you a sign, and you're you have to buy in fully, because it could be the craziest, most ridiculous sign ever, but that's why it works. So it's really fun. He keeps everyone on his toes. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see how the season plays out and how it's going to go.
Taylor, you look at the amount of talent at Texas Tech. Your journey through high school and college softball has been amazing, and we've talked about it here on the show. There was injuries, there was times that you didn't know where softball was going to be in your future. A big change when it comes to making a decision like you had to make. Did what you went through in the past, when it came to the injury, the journey that you've gone through, help you now when it comes to making these type of decisions, making a move from a place you were comfortable with? Kind of talk about that because you've been through a lot when it comes to the world of college softball, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it did help me because I realized like my career is only 4 years, technically five, but it's so short. Like I only have 2 years left of it, and I couldn't really, like I said, pass up this opportunity because it is once in a lifetime. This is a once in a lifetime team, so it's just something I wanted to be a part of. And in 2 years, I'm done playing college softball, so I want to live it out as best as I can and take the risk and just experience it all.
When you're playing at Texas Tech and you guys are practicing and you go against the pitchers you go against, they go against the hitters they have to go against. They always say iron sharpens iron. And not that you haven't been around great softball your entire life, but can you see that each day at practice that iron does sharpen iron and you're going against some of the best pitching, I'm assuming, in the nation every single day of practice.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's how this team's getting better. That's we've scrimmaged more than I've ever scrimmaged. I
Okay.
think that's how this team gets better. Everyone came for being the best player on their team, and that's the mindset. Everyone wants to be the best player on this team, but it's not going to be easy. One day it changes every day. So one day it could be a pitcher's day, it could be a hitter's day the next day, and it's just really fun just to compete with everyone because everyone wants to be the best, but then we have a team of the best. So it's just really fun to compete, and I think the pitchers get us ready, we get the pitchers ready, and then the hitters also compete every day.
Taylor, last time I talked with you, you had just gone to the World Series, and the moments and the experiences and all those kind of things. You could tell you were still on a high, and that's something once you taste it, you want to get back to. Obviously, the situation you're in now at Texas Tech, the expectations are even higher, which is really exciting. But can you talk about that motivation, being there, being part of it? I'm assuming you haven't forgotten it. It's left a good and maybe a bad taste in your mouth a little bit. The good being there, the bad not finishing what you started. Kind of talk about that motivation of having that experience last year.
Yeah, I think having the experience is huge. I think that's the end goal. Everyone's dream, everyone since they were 12, the dream is to play at the World Series, to win the World Series. And this team was basically built to do that. We have 90% of our team that have played in the World Series and experienced that. So I think that helps a lot because once we get there, it's just not going to be feel as big as it should feel, but I think everyone knows what it takes to get there and the fields to get there to use it as motivation. And the people who haven't been there, they want to do that. They want to experience it themselves too because, like I said, it's everyone's dream. So that's just the constant reminder we have every day at practice. We don't expect to get there. We have to earn it each day in every game. So that's just the mindset we go into the season.
Taylor Pannell from Texas Tech joining us right now and off the air with Matt Randazzo. I know you get back home. I've seen on social media you've given back. I know you're always clinics and talking to teams and all those kind of things. Why is that important? I mean, it might be a duh question, kind of a dumb question, but why is that important for you to get back to talk to young people that was you not too long ago, Taylor? Why is that important? And you enjoy doing stuff like that?
No, yeah, 100%. I'll do it as much as I can. I love when people reach out to me because I wouldn't have think to like do it myself because I don't see it as that big of a deal. But hearing it and like seeing it for myself, like going and talking to these girls, like that was me. Like I don't realize the effect that college softball has and like how big it is actually. Because I remember sitting on my couch, like not that people should do this, but I would like stay home when the World Series was happening from school just because I wanted to watch a game, which I don't think normal. That's like normal, um, but I think it's just like that's how everyone feels. Like little girls look up to the people playing in the World Series, playing in college, and it's just cool that I can represent the Quad Cities. And yeah, I think it's just really special being able to do this and having little girls come up to me and ask for my autograph because I would have never thought that like it mattered to them. But I love doing things like that, and I do it as much as I can when I'm home.
I know we've talked about it, but can you feel the support? Not just from Rock Island. I know Rock Island is super proud of what you're doing. I talk to people about that all the time over there. But it's a Quad City thing, Taylor. I mean, it really is. Like when it comes to, and I think it is with all our athletes. When they go do big things and go to the next level. Like yes, you might be a Moline standout, Rocky standout, Bettendorf, whatever it may be, but you're a Quad City in too. Do you feel it from the entire area as well?
No, yeah, I think recently maybe making the transition to tech, it's more like not like Illinois, like as it is. Like I'll get DMs people saying like I'm from Illinois, like I want to play in Texas, like stuff like that. So I think it's super cool just doing that. But Quad Cities will always be like home to me. So anytime like I hear like Quad Cities team or Quad Cities girl that like looks up to me, I think it's super special. Even if it's just like any other sport too, like it's cool like that I can represent something and like live out dreams basically because it's like Quad Cities, like we could go anywhere, and I know that we've had some like other athletes go big places, so it's cool to be a part of that too.
Taylor Pannell joining us right now with on off the air with Matt Randazzo. Being back at home, I think last time I talked to you, we talked food because I always talk food with everybody. I kind of like to eat, and I think you said Cactus in Milan was your favorite place to eat. I don't know if it's still
Mm-hmm.
there anymore. So
No, it's not.
I know I got kids that aren't happy. Do you have another or a new favorite place to go yet when it comes to not just Mexican food, but food in general?
Honestly, we went to Los Agaves in Moline, so it's kind of like the same thing, but that was kind of where my family and I went a couple
Yeah,
times, but more so like I was there for a week and a month, and my mom and like grandma would just mainly make food,
there
so
you
that was
go.
just
Home
special, yeah.
cooking is a beautiful thing. I will message your dad some good Mexican places in the Quad Cities. You got to try some other ones as well. There's some really good. Los
Mhm.
Agaves is a good one as well. I Are you superstitious, Taylor? And if so,
No,
what are
not
you super?
really.
Not at all.
I don't like it because then it's like then I base like everything around it. Like if I have a good game and then it's like that's like more like mental games if it is. But like I get Starbucks or an energy drink before the game if that's my superstition.
Yeah,
But that's just
nothing
because
too
I like
crazy.
it. No,
Can,
nothing too crazy.
has your approach changed at the plate throughout college, or is it still as simple as it was? I know it's a difficult question because
Mhm.
everything changes and all those kind of things, but you go back to the basics of Rock Island High School and Coach Allison or whoever talking softball with you to now. Has it evolved a lot, or is it still the same kind of basics are successful? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's definitely evolved and it's like because it's definitely more complicated because we have the scouting reports and it's like pitchers are more elite and like they're more like they have better stuff. So we have to be able to in high school you could just go in there and be like see ball, hit ball, but it's not that simple here. But I think like I'm the one that's like if I overthink it doesn't go good. So I have to keep it more simple than most. But I think it evolved from like technically my freshman year 2 years ago, I was more simple, but then last year towards the end of the season it got like a little more complicated and I wasn't doing as good. But then World Series I was just like whatever, like I'm in the World Series and I ended up doing better than I have been doing recently. And then here it's like same thing. I can't get too crazy. I think it was more of like a pressure thing last year, just doing that. But like here, there's really no pressure because there's 9 girls in that lineup that have my back. So that's a mindset I'm going into season with. It's definitely gonna change a little bit once we hit like rough patches, and then we're gonna have to like figure out um, the small things to fix. But right now, it's just kind of going in there, get a good pitch, and get a good swing.
Okay, before I let you go, I think last time I talked to you about becoming a Southern girl because you like Tennessee, you like that, but you're still, and now you go even more south. So now you're in
Mhm.
Texas. Are you still Quad City? Are you still a Midwest girl, or are you becoming a Southern girl over time?
No, I am definitely. We just got like 4 to 8 inches of snow, and I was like one of the only people that was like comfortable driving in it. So I was the one like driving people to go eat, going to the store, going to practice, and I mean it was fine. I will say there's no plows or salt trucks here, so it's still ice. A week and a half later, but yeah, I'll forever be Midwest.
I love it. I love it. Has it been off the field wise? Has it been? That's a big move. You're in Lubbock, Texas. You mentioned you didn't even know what existed there. What has the transition off the softball field been like for you?
No, it's been awesome here. I've taken every opportunity to go to every other sporting event that I can. The fans are great here. I've talked to many people, and they're like, softball is one of the big sports here, and it's pretty awesome to see how it's evolved just in the past 2 years. Like I'm getting recognized, and I haven't even played a game technically yet, so it's really cool. And the fans are diehard here because the next school isn't 4 hours away, maybe at least. So everyone within like 5 hours if you're a Texas Tech fan. And it's just like you're never bored here. There's always something to do, something to go eat, a new place to try. Everyone likes to hang out with each other, so it's always a good time.
No, absolutely. Okay, last one for you. College softball wise, I hear that Oklahoma, Texas is the defending champs, but Texas Tech, it's like, I mean, that's the team I hear the most. Do you guys embrace that? I don't want to say is it national championship or bust because that's silly, but what are your expectations? Do they start with that conversation when it comes to this softball team and the talent that you ladies have?
No, yeah, definitely. Each day, it's like we talk about we have the potential to be those national championships team, but like the last team standing. But like I said, it's like we have to earn it every day. Someone can get you on your bad day if you aren't expect like if you're just like take them for granted or just like expect to win based on talent. Like that's not how the game of softball is played. So we just have to keep that in mind. But I think expectation wise, it's a conversation everyone has. Like everyone expects us to win. Everyone's like, oh, they need to win. Like, and it's just like negative talk when they talk about Tech. So it's like we all want to like just come up and show out, but at the end of the day, it is a game, and this team isn't like championship or bust. Like we want to just have a great season and have fun, and then like I said, softball will take care of the rest. So it's just more of like if we do everything right, we'll just see how far it takes us.
No, I think it'll go very well. We're going to be watching here in the Quad Cities. You know it, but there's a bunch of Taylor Pannell fans up here. Now there's Red Raider fans. I appreciate you doing this. And
No,
I
of course,
texted
yeah.
her yesterday, and she's like, yeah, what time? I'll go live. Let's do it. So I appreciate it. We'll talk again soon. And then eventually someday we'll talk as a national champion. How's that sound?
Yes, that's the plan.
All right. Taylor, I appreciate you. We'll talk again soon. Be good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that is Taylor Pannell, the standout down at. Excuse me, push the wrong button. Hang with me, Taylor. This is my first show ever doing this kind of stuff. There we go. That's the button I meant to push. Taylor Pannell obviously doing great stuff down at Texas Tech, and yeah, when you look at college softball, it starts with the Red Raiders, and it starts with obviously that conference as well, and there's some really good softball to be played. So as she mentioned, it's starting really, really soon. So we'll keep a close eye on it. So always great to talk softball in February.